Today I'm going to show you how to turn this old crusty cast iron skillet into this. Hey guys, this is Tad, your homestead provider. Today we have another project to work on. I have acquired a whole bunch of cast iron skillets that folks were getting rid of. I found at flea markets and stuff like that, that all need to be cleaned up. Now, I had a lady the other day tell me she had a 100-year-old cast iron skillet she thought she was going to have to get rid of. That was her great-grandmother's that she thought she was going to have to get rid of because no matter what she did, her cornbread always stuck to it. And I'm like, absolutely not. There is a remedy for that. And we are going to be showing you how to get rid of all this junk with electrolysis. That's right, just car battery, an old tub, and a few wires, and we will make this into a brand new skillet. Now, we use a whole lot of cast iron around here. We've got rid of all of our Teflon skillets, and I really feel like you should too. Teflon is a very toxic material, and the older the skillets get, it flakes off and you end up ingesting it, and it is terrible for you. So if you're not already, I definitely recommend you using cast iron to cook with, but that's a subject for another video. So we are going to go through the process of cleaning these up and making your electrolysis tank. So hang out with me and save some 100-year-old pans. All right guys, first thing first. So you need to get some pieces of metal. Now, some folks use rebar. I've seen little pieces of sheet metal. These right here is just some metal stakes. I have no idea where they come from, but it will work for this this electrolysis tank. Now, what you're going to do is drill holes in your tub and wire it up on all four corners. That will be the conductors for the electricity. So let me drill the holes and get these fixed to the corners of this tub, and I will be right back. I already know, guys, we got all them fixed on all corners right there, just like that on every corner. Now what we're going to do is take some copper, and it could be it could be anything. What I found, some old I don't know, some old electricity line that I'm going to get the copper out of. And what you want to do is connect every one of these together using a copper line. That way they're all in sync. And we're going to do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, now we have that wired up. I went ahead and did it on all four corners. Really, what you wouldn't have to have one end, as long as they're all connected together. That would work. I went ahead and did the whole circle just because I had the wire, and I used one continuous strand from here to here to here. And this one was extra. That's the one I started with, but just to keep from having to waste and cut, I just went ahead and connected them all. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Now, what we're going to do, just take an old scrap 2x4 or whatever you got, as long as it stretches the span of that. Now, what I'm going to do is take a drill bit and drill a hole into this and hook this J-hook onto it. That would allow us to suspend our cast iron into the liquid. So let's get that. Alrighty, now we got that done. That took all of just a few seconds. Now we added this so that you could raise and lower the skillet, pot, whatever it is you're wanting to clean up in and out of the water, because you do not want it to touch the bottom of the container because it will short out. Now, the next step to do is add the water, and then we're going to add this right here. This is sodium carbonate. This is not sodium bicarbonate. It's not baking soda. This is sodium carbonate, and you're going to add 1.5 cups per 5 gallons. Now, this right here is right at a 24-gallon container. So I'm gonna add 7 cups roughly of this baking soda, or not baking soda, sorry, I just told you not to use that, of this sodium carbonate, and we will hook it up to the battery charger and see what happens. Alrighty guys, so we got our water put in this. I've got my 7 cups of that sodium carbonate, and we've got it hooked up, and you can see right here, you can tell by looking at the water, it's working. I don't know if you can see them bubbles right down in there, but it is working. Now, one issue I figured out really quick, if your metal pieces have rust on them, it won't work too well. So what I did was took a grinder and grind down each side of it. That seems to be working all right. Another thing, so I had to buy a manual battery charger. If you could find you an old one that has trickle charge on it, 4 or 2 amp, about 10 or 12 volt, that 100% would be the best bet to go. This is working. I don't know how good it's going to work. We'll have to see whenever we get done. So we're going to leave this for a few hours, come back and check it out and see what we got. Alrighty, now guys, this is about 20 hours into this thing, and so this right here, see all that rust? That's what this skillet looked like before we put it in here about 20 hours ago. You could sail on top, it's pulled off a whole lot of the rust. Now what I'm figuring is a lot of it will be gone, just like it is, both sides. But now it's time to put a little elbow grease in it. So we're going to go in here and scrub it down real good and see what we got end up with. Now I've wiped this down pretty good with a paper towel, trying to dry it up. Now what you're going to want to do is set your oven to 350, and you're going to want to warm this up in the 350 oven for around, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. You just want to be sure that it's completely dry. Even though it looks dry, it's not 100%, and that will dry it out. But I'm very pleased with how this skillet turned out. Now, only thing that's left is to season it up. Alright, now, while the pot or the skillet is a little bit warm still, but not so hot that you can't hold it, you want to add a coating of, I use avocado oil. There's several different folks that say different things. There's several different oils you can use. This is the one I chose to use, and seems to be working well. Now, you don't want to get this just terribly saturated with oil. You got to have enough to coat it real good, coat it down where it's on every part of it. You want it on the back as well, and handle and everything. But if you put too much where it's just really tacky, it will leave some residue on the skillet, and that's not what you want, especially after you went through all the trouble of redoing these skillets. That's just not something you want. You want to coat it down everywhere. Now, you're going to set, while you're doing this, the oven is preheating. I normally put it to 450, and I do 450 for an hour. That's how I pre-season mine. Trying to get it all in here real good. Everywhere. Now, this will take at least 3 coats. What you do is coat it down real good, just like we just did. Then you're going to put it in there in the oven for an hour. You're going to put it upside down on the rack, just like that. And you're going to let it simmer for an hour, or cook for an hour. Whenever the hour is done, turn the oven off, walk away from it, let it cool down naturally. And then you're going to repeat that 3 times. That generally leaves a good seasoning coat for your cast iron skillets. So we're gonna put this in the oven just like this right here, and we'll be back when it gets done. All right, so we got a lot of our cast irons reseasoned already. These are turning out great. The electrolysis tank is working real good. Now I did have some that were really caped on, really thick. What I did with them before I put them in an electrolysis tank was put them in the wood stove, burn it off, got it red hot, and then put it in an electrolysis tank, and that finished it up. Now I did have one that wasn't completely coated, that I did put in the electrolysis tank, and then I left it, I don't know, 24 48 hours, something like that, and then that coating, all that years of buildup just kind of sloughed off, and then I took a Brillo pad and just scraped it off the rest of the way and cleaned it up. But they are turning out good. I've got several that I've already did, have several more that I'm going to finish, but this is a very good way to clean your cast iron skillets. And like I said earlier, if you're not using cast iron to cook, you definitely need to consider it. Teflon has been shown to be quite toxic, and it leaves, it's just not good for you in the long term. You get built up of, it's called forever chemicals that you get from cooking with Teflon and stuff like that. And stainless steel has not been something that's ever worked out very good for me, and I just don't like cooking with it. So we cook with cast iron all the time. And you can find them cheap at yard sales, flea market, stuff like that. You can find an old 100-year-old cast iron skillet and refinish it to look brand new, and it still works great. So that's how you go about cleaning your cast iron skillet and reseason them. If you're liking these videos, give this one a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, because you never know what I'm going to publish next. But anyway, this is Tad, your homestead provider. God bless.